He smells so bad. But on the other hand, this was the situation when Krishna was born. When Krishna was born, we'll go to the shloka. It comes, Tam adbhutam balakam ambujekshanam चतुर्भुजं शङ्खगदादि उदायुधम् श्रीवत्सलक्ष्मन् गलशोभिकौस्तुभम् पीताम्बरं सान्द्रपयोदसौभगम् महार्हवैदुर्य किरीटकुण्डल त्विषा परिष्वक्तसहस्रकुण्टलम् उद्दाम काञ्ची अङ्गदकङ्कणादिभिर् विरोचमानं वसुदेव ऐक्षत. Vasudev then saw the newborn child, who had very wonderful lotus-like eyes, Pankajanetraya, and who bore in his four hands the four weapons, Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. He was born with Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma in his four hands. On his chest was the mark of Srivatsa. So Srivatsa is the mark on whose chest? Vishnu's chest. Yes. And on his neck, the brilliant Kaustuba gem. So this Kaustuba is also on the chest of Vishnu. Yes. Dressed in yellow, his body blackish like a dense cloud. Yes. What is the color of Krishna's body? It is like that of a rainy cloud. Bluish black. That is the color of Krishna's body, bluish black. His scattered hair fully grown. His helmet means mukuta, not the for driving. Yes. So his mukuta and his earrings sparkling uncommonly with the valuable gem Vaidurya. The child decorated with a brilliant belt, yes, armlets, bangles, and many other ornaments, and appeared very wonderful. You see, this is how Krishna was looking. Krishna was born like this, like a small child. And when both of them started offering prayers, Krishna manifested the four handed Vishnu form. So, this is how the child was born, and this is how he manifested his four handed form. Even on his mukata is a peacock feather on his head. So, you see, this is the contrast between how an ordinary child is born and how Krishna is born. Yes. And then we know that how, yes, there was a plan that how because Krishna will be killed by Kamsa before, Kamsa and all comes to know anything. Who is he? Huh? He's Vasudev, Krishna's father, Devaki's husband. So Vasudev, he took the child Krishna and he took him across the Yamuna. He started walking towards the Yamuna, and when he entered into Yamuna, there's a lot of waves. Generally in a river there will be no waves. Yes, waves are there in the sea, but when Krishna entered into this river, yes, there were waves, there were heavy storms, rains. But you see how the river gave way to Vasudev, and then he saw that because it's raining heavy and the child is small, Anantashesh, who is acting like an umbrella. He's acting like an umbrella and giving shade to baby Krishna. Who is this snake? Yes, Sheshanag. Who is Sheshanag? Incarnation of course, Vishnu. Yes, now you can switch it on. Yeah. So who is Sheshanag? Is Vishnu, surely Vishnu. Yes, yes. Shesha. Ananta Shesha is incarnation of Balram. That was Krishna's Janma. Now we'll see something about Krishna's karma in yes. So one fine day, you see, Krishna would often play with his Bal Gopals. Yes, so many Bal Gopal would be there, his friends in Vrindavan, and one day Balaram, his elder brother, he came running to Mother Yashoda. Yes, although Krishna was born to Devaki, but you know that how Devaki, transfer and all, you know. So somewhat, I'll not get into that. So Yashoda Mai, the friends of Krishna, they came and they complained that Maiya, कृष्ण ने माटी खाई है कृष्ण ने आज माटी खाई है so Krishna, although he's a supreme person, but he would become very fearful of Yashoda Mai, because Yashoda Mai, if she comes to know that Krishna has done some mischief, then he'll get chastisement. Yes. So Krishna became very fearful. Yashoda Mai came running and she asked that, Beta, Krishna, you have ate Mati? So Krishna, in his very childlike innocence, he says, Maiya Mori, maine nahi Mati khayo. He said, Oh Maiya, I have not taken any Mati. Nothing. This Balram, he's a liar. All my friends, all these Gopal Bal, all are liar number one. I have not taken Mati. Yes. So Mother Yashoda was well versed with Krishna's mischief. So she didn't put faith and she said, Krishna, open your mouth. And he's like, But, then Yashoda chastised, Krishna, open your mouth. And then Krishna, when he opened his mouth, and Mother Yashoda, she saw into the mouth of Krishna. And she's like, shocked. What is she seeing? She's seeing the entire universe inside the mouth of Krishna. The planets rotating, revolving. Yes, the sun, the moon, the entire planetary system into the mouth of Krishna. And she got chakkar and she fell. She fell down. And, then after some time, when people woke her up, and she said that, I have seen very different sight. But then Krishna, you know, Krishna sometimes, in his childhood, he would generally not show his Bhagavatta. Not showing his Bhagavatta means not showing that he's Bhagavan. Yes. So he immediately became silent again like a child. Nothing. When mother started telling, and now mother, she's a mother, and mother started seeing the son in a very awe and reverence. बाप रे, ये मेरा बेटा, ये तो ये मेरा बेटा ordinary नहीं है. So that Aishwarya Bhav came with between mother and son. But Krishna doesn't like this bhav from the mother side. Immediately, Krishna made her forget everything. She got confused and then she resumed normal. Yes. So many times it would happen that Yashoda Mai would see something unusual in Krishna's activities, but Krishna with his, magic, he would make her forget. He would again make her forget because he doesn't want that Yashoda should start seeing Krishna as someone very great. He wanted that Yashoda should treat Krishna like a child. Yes. So that is how. And then, we see Lord Krishna's opulences. So, ऐश्वर्यस्य समग्रस्य बोलिए वीर्यस्य यशसः श्रिय ज्ञान वैराग्यश्वै ज्ञान वैराग्यो यश्वै शनं भग इतिंगन. Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is thus defined by Parashar Muni as one who is full in six opulences, who has full strength, fame, wealth, knowledge, beauty, and renunciation. So, this you have seen before also. Yes? So, how? There are entities of this material world who possess all these opulences. One person may possess one or two opulences in some quantity. Yes, just like somebody may be very beautiful, somebody may be very wealthy, but these people, they cannot claim that I have all the beauty, or I have all the wealth, or I have all the knowledge. And even if they claim, they cannot claim that they have all six in full. They don't even have one in full, what to speak of six. But on the other hand, when we see Krishna, why we call him as Bhagavan? Because he is the possessor of all the six opulences, that too in full and complete quantity. Yes, you're understanding? So, generally, whenever we talk about Krishna's strength, Krishna has exhibited his strength on multiple occasions. One of the, very common is Nakha upara Govardhana dharyo. अपने नाखून पे गोवर्धन उठाया. इस पे नहीं, इस पे लेफ्ट. लेफ्ट हैंड के लिटिल फिंगर के नख पे, नाखून पे, है ना, उस पे गोवर्धन उठाया. कितना देर के लिए? आधा मिनट, 30 seconds. You have seen people. You see people, heavy weight lifters, they'll lift it and within few seconds they'll drop it. But Krishna was just holding it for 7 days and 7 nights without any break. Yes, and he sheltered all the Brajavasis under the Govardhan, and you know to give further finishing point, to give further finishing touch. Yes, Krishna took out his bansuri from the other and he started playing Basuri. Yes. So it was like, who will do that? For whom it's an effortless thing. Yes. It's an effortless, completely effortless. Yes. Today, the circumference of the Govardhan, if anybody goes for Govardhan Parikrama, currently it is 24 kilometers. Today, it is 24 kilometers. And it is said the size of Govardhan, which was there 5,000 years ago when Krishna was personally present in this planet, it was, very huge. It was very huge. There is actually a curse on Govardhan that Govardhan is getting into the ground every day by one morsel of grain. The Govardhan is going inside. So that time, during the time of Krishna, it was too huge. It was very much huge. Yes. But Krishna effortlessly lifted, played flute, engaged all the Brajavasis. They were completely absorbed in his flute. And, just imagine at the end of 7 days, nobody wanted to go out. They wanted to continue to be there itself. They were feeling that let this Leela continue. Yes. But then, Krishna, because Indra, the goal was to humble Indra. Yes, the goal was to humble Indra, and the goal was achieved. Indra had tried all his best of the prowess to belittle Krishna, but it was all useless. And Indra had become humbled. Yes, this is Krishna's strength. This is Putana. This is one of the which Putana, where Krishna was just 3 months old, and she had come. She is one of the first demons who came to kill Krishna, and she was trying to feed Krishna the milk from her breast, and that breast was poisoned. Yes. But Krishna, he sucked the milk, but at the same time, he sucked the very life. Yes. And killed. It is said this Putana, When she came to her original form, she was kilometers long. The length of this this witch was, she was kilometers long, but she fell dead by just 3-month old child, Krishna. Yes, and he didn't use any weapon also. In Vrindavan, Krishna never used any weapon. He killed all the demons with his hands. They came fully equipped, but Krishna never used any demon, any weapon. No, not that Krishna had kept some Agni missile or something कि उड़ा देंगे आज कोई आएगा है ना ब्रह्मोस. There was nothing like that. Whatever is there, it is simple small hands, legs, and that is how, that was enough. Yes. So, so many things can be talked about Krishna's strength, just like here Krishna is showing the Virata Rupa. Yes, Krishna twice showed Virata Rupa. Yes, once in the assembly of the Kauravas in what is the place called? Hastinapur. Yes, when Krishna had come as a Shantidut. So that time when दुर्योधन wanted to capture कृष्णा, बंदी बनाना चाहते थे, कृष्णा ने अपना विराट रूप दिखा दिया, और अंधा भी देखना चाहता था उसको भी दिखा दिया, है ना. तो he showed his virat rupa. And then on another occasion, in when Bhagavad Gita was supposed to be spoken, yes, amidst when the Bhagavad Gita was being spoken, amidst of that, Krishna showed his Virat Rupa to Arjuna. Arjuna desired that, my dear Lord, I wanted to see. Krishna said, behold, my dear Arjuna, behold. And then Krishna showed his Virat Rupa to Arjuna. So that is how, Krishna's strength. When you talk about Krishna's fame, yes, Krishna is all famous. Krishna doesn't need any advertisement. Just like, Bhagavad Gita, we were talking another day that the song of God, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad Gita is practically, present in any language and in any part of the world. It is, being referred, being read. Everyone knows who has spoken Bhagavad Gita. Janmashtami is celebrated in currently more than 180 countries across the globe. It's one of the most celebrated festivals, whether it's Europe, whether it is North America, South America, everywhere. Of course, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, who has spread the fame and name of the Lord. Yes. So, Krishna's fame is unlimited. You see, just like, sometimes some people have fame, but after they pass away from this world, slowly, slowly their fame decreases. Just like, whenever you want to even give example, you have to give some current examples. When you speak some example of, let's say, the British time or the Mughal time, people are not able to so much relate to. People that don't know, Arey, who are you talking about, they ask. But it's not the case with Krishna. Krishna had come 5,000 years ago, but still, nobody can say, hey, Krishna कौन है ये, किसकी बात कर रहे हैं आप. जानते तो है लोग, एटलीस्ट इतना तो जानते हैं कि कृष्ण नाम का एक बालक है. हाँ? Yes. So that is the fame of Krishna. And when you talk about wealth, yes, you know this. Yes, is Lakshmi Pati. Yes, Krishna is the possessor of the goddess of fortune. Yes. So this is very beautiful shloka. Another verse from Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 5, verse number 29. Bhoktaram yagya tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram सुहृदं सर्वभूतानां ज्ञात्वा मां शान्तिमृच्छति. A person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifice and austerities, the supreme lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attains peace from the pangs of material miseries. So Krishna is telling, whoever accepts that he is the supreme controller, enjoyer, and the proprietor, he will become peaceful in this world. That is the peace formula. There are many peace conferences going on, but no peace conference can become successful until and unless people accept that they are not the enjoyer, proprietor, and the controller, but alone God is. The moment people accept this, there will be all peace in the whole world. Yes. So that is how Krishna is the supreme CEO. When it comes to knowledge, so we have seen that how Krishna, you see, just this, let's say the example of Bhagavad Gita, 700 shlokas, this treatise of Bhagavad Gita, such knowledge has been power packed into 700 verses and spoken just in 52 to 53 minutes. The whole conversation happened in 52 to 53 minutes. We have to do year long courses on that. Yes, then also we don't understand. Yes, we have Bhakti Shastri courses where people do 1 or 2 years study of Bhagavad Gita. Still, if you ask, there are a lot of, it's not that you can completely understand it. But Krishna just spoke it in 50, 52, 3 minutes. That's the knowledge. That's the knowledge aspect of the Lord. Yes, when you talk about Krishna's beauty, it's all beautiful. So one time, Krishna was there in Nandagram. Yes, Nandagram? It's there, Nandagaon, Barsana. Yes, so close to in close to Vrindavan is Nandagaon, where Krishna was staying for a good amount of time. He stayed there. There is in Nandagram there is Nanda Bhavan, Nanda ke Ananda Bhayo, Jai Kanhaiya Lal ki. Yes, so there this song was composed in the Nandagram. So in Nandagaon, uh, in the Krishna's palace. So one day Krishna was just crossing the palace. He was walking, and you see all the, it was Nanda Maharaj. He was the king. He was the king of entire Braja. So his house was not an ordinary house. It was a palace. It was a palace. So when Krishna was crossing and he came across one of the pillars, so pillars were made of crystals. You can see your own reflection in that. So Krishna saw his own reflection in the pillar. And when he saw that, he just kept on seeing, just kept on seeing. He got attracted to his own beauty. Yes, that beautiful is Krishna. That beautiful is Krishna. Krishna doesn't just get attracted to his own beauty, but everyone else also gets attracted to Krishna. In our temples, you know, there are people who would come and they'll take darshan and they'll just continue to take. बोले कितने सुंदर हैं भगवान. For people, this is get mesmerized, seeing the form of the Lord. Such beauty, nobody can surpass Krishna's beauty. There are a lot of, pastimes in the Vedic scriptures where, seeing Krishna's beauty, people went into complete trance. People, they forgot all their, you know problems, external issues, just kept on looking at Krishna. That beautiful was Krishna. And then Krishna's renunciation. Yes. How in this Krishna is renunciate? Yes. So he accepted the position of an insignificant charioteer. Yes. Charioteer is a very lowly position. It's a very lowly position. आप कोई ड्राइवर बनना चाहता है अपने, बोले अरे मेरे जीवन का गोल है मैं ड्राइवर बनूंगा. कोई भी इधर बैठा है सर, सर एकदम टॉप क्लास ड्राइवर, टॉप नॉच ड्राइवर बनूंगा मैं. यस. कौन ऐसा गोल रखता है? There's a very lowly position. That's a very, very low class position. So, people having even one of the opulences in some quantity, people become so proud in this world. Yes. Let's say somebody is just wealthy. Somebody is just wealthy. People become so proud of their wealth itself. But Krishna, he is having all those five opulences in full quantity, but still he is completely renounced. He is not, concerned about his prestige, his image. Oh, what will people think that I have taken the role of a driver? Yes. And that is how, Krishna accepted this insignificant role That is how even after having all the opulences, he's completely detached. He's completely detached. So renunciation, वैराग भी एक attraction होता है ना? लोग वैराग से भी आकर्षित हो जाते हैं. So that is how it's an opulence, renunciation. Yes. So it is said that, you see, whenever in Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, we see in Srimad Bhagavatam also, just like sometimes Sukadev Goswami is speaking, so it is written Sri Shuka Vacha. Sometimes, Parikshit is speaking, Shri Parikshit Vacha. So sometimes Shiva is speaking, so it is written that, for Lord Shiva, what they write. Hmm. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not remembering. I have to check, but it's not something. And for everyone, it's like, their names are written. This Uvacha, that Uvacha. But when it comes to Krishna, it's written Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Yes, just like in Bhagavad Gita, also we are reading. So it is written Dhritarashtra Uvacha. It is written Sanjaya Uvacha. Huh? Yes. So all these it is written, but for Krishna it is written Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Yes. So everywhere in the Vedic scriptures, where Krishna is going to speak, it mentions Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, not in anybody's else case. Not in anybody's else case. Now, have you heard this statement ever before? That the greatness of a person can be estimated by his ability to tolerate provoking situations. Have you heard this statement? I'll repeat. Anybody would like to repeat? कोई repeat कर सकता है ये पर statement? हाँ. Okay. So hear me again. The greatness of a person can be estimated by his ability to tolerate provoking situations. Tolerance is a quality. It is a quality. अगर किसी साधु में भी लोग ये क्वालिटी देखना चाहते हैं, है कि नहीं? कोई साधु है लेकिन बहुत गुस्सा हो गया साधु, तो लोग बोलते हैं कैसा साधु है, थोड़ा तो टॉलरेंट होना चाहिए. है? होता है ना ऐसा? So, so that is how the greatness of a person can be estimated through his tolerance. And now this, you see, this is a test done. So one time what happened, that all the sages they gathered, and they're discussing upon who is the supreme. तो कोई बोल रहा है ये शिवा इज द सुप्रीम, कोई बोल रहा है विष्णु इज द सुप्रीम, कोई बोलता है कि Brahma is the supreme. Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Yes, the trio. Yes. So, there are people who are followers of Brahma, Vishnu, Vaishnavas are there, Shiva, Shaivites are there, and everyone is saying that he is the supreme, he is the supreme, he is the supreme. So now how to decide? These are all sages, and everyone is claiming their own gods to be supreme. So how do you do? So then, Bhrigu Muni, he was also there in the assembly, and Bhrigu Muni is the son of Brahma. But he was considered to be a very elevated sage. Bhrigu was considered to be a very elevated sage, and it was decided that these three gods should be tested for their tolerance. They should be tested for their tolerance, and after the test, will come to conclusions. Will come to conclusion. So now who is going to test? अरे बाप रे, किसका हिम्मत है कि ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश को टेस्ट करेगा? You know, who is going to test? So that is how Bhrigu was chosen. Bhrigu was chosen. So everyone unanimously agreed कि ठीक है भाई, ब्रह्मा जी का पुत्र है, बहुत elevated साधु है, चलो, all right, sanctioned. So now Bhrigu Muni, he goes to Satyalok. You know, Satyalok, it is also called as Brahmalok. Brahmalok or Satyalok. which is, amongst the 14 planetary systems. Yes, it is topmost, one of the topmost. Yes. So there Bhrigu Muni goes, and Bhrigu is son of Brahma. Now Bhrigu, there he goes. So generally, whenever we go to our fathers, now when let's say you go to your home, you meet your father for the first time. Generally, we pay some respects. Yes, maybe somebody may just bend and greet in this way, or somebody may touch his feet. Yes, so this is how, that's the general etiquette. But Bhrigu goes to Satyalok and Brahma is sitting there, but Bhrigu doesn't pay obeisances. He doesn't pay obeisances. He doesn't say namaskaram, nothing. कुछ नहीं, जाके बस जैसे यूपी में बोलते हैं थेथर के जैसे खड़े हो गए हैं। सुना है आपने ये शब्द थेथर? नहीं सुना? हाँ, तो एकदम शेमलेस के जैसे पिताजी के सामने जाके खड़े हो गए, है ना? So Bhrigu was observing that what will be Brahma's response. Yes. Now Brahma, so you see here what Bhrigu is doing a mental offense. It is at the level of the mind. He didn't speak anything. Bhrigu didn't speak anything. Neither he did anything. He just didn't paid obeisance. And Brahma, his facial expression completely changed. And he was in deep state of anger. He didn't speak anything, but Bhrigu understood that how my father is badly disturbed. Bhrigu, in order to, save himself from getting cursed, ran away from there. Yes, he ran away. And then he goes to Kailash. Yes, Bhrigu is coming to Kailash, where Lord Shiva, Maheshwara, is sitting with Parvati. Yes. And now Brigumuni, he comes to Shiva, and now he increases the level of offense. So the lowest level of offense is mental offense, which he did to Brahma, and Brahma got provoked. Now he's increasing the level of offense and he's going to do verbal offense. He's going to speak something. And Bhrigu started speaking. ये कैसा है, ये क्या है, ये शिवा देखो नहाता भी नहीं है, भस्म लगा रखा है, गले पे सांप बांध रखा है, क्या डरावना दिखता है, ऐसा है वैसा है, फलाना है ठिकाना है. He spoke lot, you know, lot of things like this. He described that, how Lord Shiva is such a, you know, dirty, doesn't dress properly, doesn't live properly, doesn't have a home, staying under a tree. What is all these things? Yes, and he does verbal, verbal. And Lord Shiva, his response was he stood up with his Trishul and he started running behind Bhrigu. He started running behind Bhrigu. And Bhrigu, he started running everywhere around. Everywhere around. He went to other lokas also running. Yes. And somehow or other, he saved himself from the wrath of Lord Shiva. Yes. That was the situation. That was the situation. And this Bhrigu became a bit upset also. He told to the sages, what kind of test you send me for? Yes, my life could be gone. Yes, but somehow, they encouraged that go, no problem, go ahead, because the test needs to be completed. Yes. So Bhrigu understood that, yes, Shiva, he has a certain kind of response.
और भी क्रोधित हो गए और उन्होंने अपने बाएं पैर से मां विष्णु के वक्ष स्थल पर लगता प्रहार किया। विष्णु ने उनके चरणों को अपने से पकड़ लिया। So you see, now he is entering in Vaikuntha.
you know, Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha means it is beyond the material world. It is in this. It's a part of the spiritual world. Of course, Shivaloka, that is also part of the spiritual world. It's not in the material world. So, uh, so here now he further increases the level of offense, and Lord Vishnu, who was lying on the Anantashesh bed. Yes, Lord Vishnu is always lying on the Garbhodak ocean, on the Anantashesh. Yes, and this Brigumuni, he went and it directly hit at the chest of Vishnu. He directly hit at the chest of Vishnu. And this is the highest level of offense, that is physical offense. है ना? फिजिकल ऑफेंस, जैसे कॉलेज में भी अगर तू तड़ाक हो गया तो ठीक है, मारपीट हो जाती है तो लोग थोड़ा सीरियसली लेते हैं, है ना? सो इधर में क्या है, मार दिया, जाके लात मार दिया छाती पे. एंड देन यू सी व्हाट वाज द रिस्पांस ऑफ विष्णु. विष्णु, he folded his palms to Brigu and he took his feet in his hands on his lap, and he starts massaging the feet of Brigu. That, my dear Brigu, your feet is soft like lotus, but my chest is hard like Vajra. Maybe by touching your divine feet on my chest, you have got hurt. Let me massage it. So when Brigu saw this, reaction, Brigumuni understood everything. He served the Lord. He asked forgiveness for whatever he did, because it's an offense to the Lord that he kicked on his chest. He begged forgiveness, and that is how he returned to the sages. And he didn't told his conclusion. He went and stated his observation, and conclusion he left on the public. You can conclude, and that is what people concluded, that how Vishnu is the supreme amongst all the three. Yes. Now, when we talk about Vishnu, often, at least in India, we see that people have faith that those who are at least, Vaishnavas, those who are Vishnu followers. Yes, those who serve and worship Vishnu. So one of the understanding what people has is that Vishnu is the Strot and Krishna has come from him. And then there are people who say that Krishna is the source and everything is coming from Krishna. Who is the Strot of whom? That's an interesting question. Is Lord Krishna an avatar of Lord Vishnu, or is Lord Krishna source of Lord Vishnu? कौन किसका पिता है? विष्णु कृष्ण का है कि कृष्ण विष्णु के हैं? Yes, interesting question, right? Yes. Any comments till now? Whatever we have discussed, is it make sense to all of you? Yes. So now, you any public poll? Let's take a public poll here. Who goes for the first one, that Lord Krishna is an avatar of Lord Vishnu? Yes. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So Lord Krishna, source of Lord Vishnu. Okay. 1, 2, 3. You're mid. Okay. So earlier there were 5, 6. 6 of you were 5, or you didn't raise? Okay. हाँ, मिडमैन है. ठीक है. अभी आप अपना डिसीजन नहीं देंगे. ठीक है. नो प्रॉब्लम. So you observe. Yes. So it's a very interesting question. Yes.
All the three worlds, both spiritual and mundane. Everything rests in me, Arjun, just as you see pearls hang upon a thread.
So you see, it says, एको वै नारायण असिन. बोलिए. न ब्रह्म न ईशनो न पो न अग्नि, समौने में दैव अपृथ्वी न. Nakshatrani na suryasa. In the beginning of the creation, there was only the Supreme Personality Narayan. There was no Brahma, no Shiva, no fire, no moon, no stars in the sky, no sun. Who was there? Only Narayan was there. This is according to Maha Upanishad. Narayana paro devas तस्मज्जतश्चतुर्मुख तस्माद् रुद्रो भवद्देव स च सर्वज्ञतं गतः. Narayan is the supreme personality of Godhead, and from him Brahma was born, and from whom Shiva was born. So this is according to Varaha Puran. It's talking about Narayan. Narayana Brahma Jayate. नारायण प्रजापति प्रजायते नारायण इंद्रो जायते नारायण अस्तौ वसवो जयन्ते नारायण एकादश रुद्र जयन्ते नारायण द्वादश दित्य. From Narayan, Brahma is born, and from Narayan, the patriarchs are also born. From Narayan, Indra is born, 8 Vasus are born. From Narayan, 11 Rudras are born. From Narayan, 12 Adityas are born. So, this is the glorification of Lord Narayan in Narayana Upanishad. Yes. So, now we understand that Narayan, just like we were, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, we are doing. So, Vishnu's supremacy is very clearly established. It is being established. Now, let us see. Now, how you see. How many of you know this scene? What is this scene? This is a famous photo. Yes? Arrows. Makes a bed of arrows. It is said that, how many arrows Arjuna had shooted on Bhishma? You know how? How much? That between two arrows, there was not even that much space that one finger can enter. Every inch of his body was सब छेद दिया था पूरा, है ना? So this is how you see Bhishma Dev is lying on the bed of arrows, and this is the situation where the Mahabharata war has ended. The Pandavas have already won. Yes, but now Bhishma Dev was still there. Bhishma Dev was still there because he had the Ichha Mrityu Vardhan, and all the Pandavas, they were very, you know, remorseful in their hearts to see the situation of Bhishma Dev, and they went to meet Bhishma. And along with Bhishma Dev, along with the Pandavas, Krishna also came. So this is a very beautiful section in Srimad Bhagavatam. It comes in Canto 1, Chapter 9, where the chapter comes Bhishma Dev passes away. So now when Yudhishthir Maharaj, he was also present in this situation, and he started to ask Bhishma Dev his instructions on the chapter of religion, kingship, how to rule. Yes, he started asking questions on different, subject matters to Bhishma Dev. And Bhishma Dev says, "My dear Yudhishthir, my dear Pandavas, why are you asking me when you have the association of Krishna, who is the origin of Vishnu?" He says there. Now, Bhishma Dev, he was personally a worshipper of Vishnu. He was personally a worshipper of Vishnu. But he knew Krishna's position. He knew Krishna's position. You see, many times what happens, people even after understanding the tathya, They are attached to something particular. They are attached to something particular. Yes. So Bhishma Dev, he speaks to Pandavas that how this Krishna, who is roaming along with all of you, just like your friend, is actually, the supreme person, and he is the strot of even Vishnu. Now, now having established Narayan as the source of Shiva, Brahma, Indra, and others, we can see how Sri Krishna is the original Narayan. एष वै भगवान् साक्षात् आद्यो नारायण पुमान् मोहयं मायया लोकं गूढश्चरति विष्णुषु. So you see, the previous quotations which I showed you, they were all from other Puranas. Nothing was from Srimad Bhagavatam. We established another day that how Srimad Bhagavat Puran is considered to be the topmost Puran amongst the 18 Puranas. Yes. So what Srimad Bhagavatam says, that has to overrule all the other Puranas, because that's the supreme truth. It's not that other Puranas, they are just giving some false information, but just like Shiva Purana is also there. It proves that Shiva is the supreme. That is there. So yes, so Narayan Puran, it talks about Narayan being supreme, but we have to see in that sense. So Srimad Bhagavatam, this is the verdict of Srimad Bhagavatam. This Sri Krishna is no other than the inconceivable original personality of Godhead. He is the first Narayan, the supreme enjoyer, but he is moving amongst the descendants of King Vrishni, just like one of us, and he is bewildering us with his self-created energy. This is what Bhishma Dev says to everyone. Now, this is another pastime happens. How many of you know about Brahma Vimohan Leela? कितने लोग ब्रह्म विमोहन लीला के बारे में जानते हैं इधर? नहीं? So one time Brahma, in order to test Krishna, whether Krishna is really God or not, Brahma, he takes away all the friends of Krishna. Yes, all these small Bal Gopal you are seeing below. He takes away all of them. He takes away all of them. And he says, now let me see what this Krishna is going to do. And then Krishna, you see, he expanded many Vishnu forms. I can show you. It's a very beautiful section. How many of you watched sometime Little Krishna? कोई देखा है आप लोग कभी?
स्वयं ही ये बात भूल गए। तुमने मेरे पुत्र को कहीं देखा? कृष्ण और बाकी बच्चे अभी तक नहीं लौटे। अब तक तो उन्हें लौट आना चाहिए था। बड़ी देर हो गई है और सभी माताएं अपने पुत्रों के लिए चिंतित हैं। ब्रह्मा की इस परीक्षा के लिए मैं इन माताओं का हृदय कैसे तोड़ सकता हूँ? ये माताएं मुझसे भी तो कितना प्रेम करती हैं, बल्कि अपने पुत्रों से भी कहीं अधिक। और वृंदावन की गायें भी मुझसे कितना स्नेह करती है। इस अवसर की उन्हें सदा से प्रतीक्षा रही है। वो अवसर मैं उन्हें अवश्य दूंगा।
So, you see, like that, Krishna expanded into many multiple Vishnu forms and transformed himself in the form of cowherd boys, cows, monkey, many others. Yes. So this is how this Krishna, he expands into various Vishnu forms. There's another. Deepercher eva hi dashantaram abhyupetya. दीपायते विवृत हेतु समान धर्म यस्तादृक् एव हि च विष्णुतया विभाति गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. This shloka is from which place? This is from Brahma Samhita. This Brahma ji is singing गोविंदम आदि पुरुषम तमहम भजामि. बोल रहे हैं गोविंद जो है वो आदि पुरुष हैं. Yes. So this is how you see Sri Krishna, who is the cause of all causes, is the Sarva Karana Karanam. His first expansion is Balaram. From Balaram, this quadruple expansion comes Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Anirudh. Then from Sankarshan comes Narayan. And again, from this Narayan, again there is a quadruple expansion Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. And from this Sankarshan, so this is called as Mahasankarshan. This is called as Sankarshan. And then from this Sankarshan comes Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshai Vishnu, Shirodakshai Vishnu. So this Shirodakshai Vishnu is the local Paramatma in every living entity's heart. Garbhodakshai Vishnu, he is the Vishnu of one planet. And Mahavishnu, he is the source of all the other planets also. Like that. But ultimately, their throat is Sri Krishna. You see. You ever seen this photo before? Yes. So, of course, I mean, if I get into it, it's take time. So, but anyways, I'll just tell you in brief. I'll show you another photo actually. Then you will understand this photo better. So that photo which I was showing, it was just an expansion of this part. Now this is the entire photo. Okay. So you see here, this part, what you are seeing above from here, this entire thing, this is the spiritual world. Adhyatmik jagat hai ye. From here, this part below, this is bhautik jagat, material world. In between, there is Brahma Jyoti. What is Brahma Jyoti? We'll talk later. It's a very big subject matter. Now, you see here in the spiritual world, what is written here? What is written here? Goloka Vrindavan. Yes, this is Goloka Vrindavan. So this is the highest abode in the spiritual world. There's nothing beyond this. Below Goloka is Mathura. Below Mathura is Dwarika. Below Dwarika is Ayodhya. And then below Ayodhya is this entire Vaikuntha where Vishnu resides. And there are all the Vishnu expansions. You see, here it will be written Vasudev, Aniruddha, Sankarshan, Pradyumna. These are all Vishnu expansions. So this is all, you know, uh, you see here, Vaikuntha Loka. So this Vaikuntha Loka is below Goloka Vrindavan and all the Narayan expansions, Karanodakshay Vishnu, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, Shirodakshay Vishnu, then Narsimha, Kurma, Matsya, Varaha. All these are Vishnu avatars. So they are there in Vaikuntha Loka. Vaikuntha Loka. Yes. And below the Vaikuntha Loka is Kailash, where Sadashiv, the Lord Shiva, he stays like that. So this is spiritual world's description. So most below is Kailash, above that is Vaikuntha, above that is ultimately Goloka. You're getting the point? So this is how. Uh, I'll not get into the material world. It's a big description in itself, but that is how is Krishna's position. Now we are almost towards the end. Just be a little patient. So it is said, according to scriptures, whoever is the supreme personality of Godhead, he should have 64 qualities. What are these 64 qualities? That is enumerated in the scriptures. So it is said that out of these 64 qualities, Brahma has 50 of them, Shiva has 55 of them, Vishnu has 60 of them, and Krishna has all 64 qualities. So now what is the difference between Krishna and Vishnu? Krishna and Vishnu? Just four qualities. Just four qualities. So even if somebody says Vishnu is the supreme personality of Godhead, it's not a big problem. विष्णु को सुप्रीम पर्सनैलिटी बोल दिया, कोई बहुत प्रॉब्लम नहीं है ना? कोई वैष्णव है, विष्णु को पालन करता है, तो उसमें कोई इशू नहीं है. मतलब विष्णु भी भगवान ही है. अभी कृष्ण और विष्णु में बहुत थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस है. बहुत थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस है. क्या वो डिफरेंस है? विल सी. से मना किया, जिससे माखन वापस नहीं लाता. So see, one of the qualities of Krishna over Vishnu is Leela Madhuri. Krishna performs such beautiful pastimes that he enchants the hearts of everyone. He enchants the hearts of everyone. Entire Vrindavan Vasis, they would be just, Krishna was like the apple of their eyes. Everyone, they would not even talk about their own sons. They talk about what Krishna is doing. So much Krishna conscious they were there. Yes. So this is beautiful pastimes of Krishna. One after another. There are many such pastimes, in Srimad Bhagavatam, the 10th canto. There are many such pastimes. But on the other hand, we don't hear Vishnu's these kind of sweet pastimes. Vishnu pastimes are more of like, little, on a stricter side. Krishna is very sweet pastimes. He does with his devotees. Uh, so this is another quality of Krishna, that is Bhakta Madhuri. You will never find Krishna all alone. Krishna will be always with some or other devotee. Yes. Even if, let's say Krishna is alone, there must be a cow at least with Krishna. Krishna is found never alone. He's always surrounded by his devotees. Bhakta Madhuri. But Vishnu always, often you would found, is standing on the lotus, standing with Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. Yes. Sometimes Lakshmi will be there. Yes, that kind of photos we see. But Krishna is always surrounded by his devotees. And there's a third quality of Krishna over Vishnu. That is what? Venu Madhuri. You are hearing the flute? Yes. So Krishna, he will play such a flute that entire Braja will get attracted to Krishna's flute. Just like we were discussing about Govardhan Leela. He just played the flute, 7 days, 7 nights, where it went, nobody even understood. So it is said, still there is a place in Brindavan. I'm just forgetting the name of the place. You remember the place where, Krishna in the evening time, after, he would play in Govardhan and all and return. And then Krishna will stand under one tree in that particular place, and he'll Ter Kadam. This is there in Brindavan. There's a place called as Ter Kadam. He'll stand and he will play his flute. And you know how many cows Nanda Maharaj had? Just 9 lakhs. Just 9 lakhs cows. Yes. So Nanda Maharaj had just 9 lakh cows. He was one of the top of the cowherd community. So these cows will return in the evening time. How? It's not easy. 9 लाख गाय को वापिस लाना गौशाला में मजाक है क्या? But what Krishna would do? Krishna would just stand and play his flute at Ter Kadam, and all the cows would return. Such was the attraction of his Venu. Yes. And then Rupa Madhuri. Now we already discussed that how Krishna was supremely beautiful, extraordinary beauty. So these 4 qualities of Krishna, they stand over Vishnu. Yes. Now further, okay. I don't think much is remaining. I just thought that was the last slide. So a little bit. So it is said that in every either demigods or even Vishnu or all the gods, they have some footmarks on their foot. Krishna has 16 footmarks. The Shastras describe anybody who is the Supreme Lord must have 16 marks. All 16 marks are found in Krishna's foot. The fish, the conch, the lotus, the umbrella, all these different signs are there. Then you see, this is Brahma. He's speaking to Narada. Please know that I am speaking the truth when I say to you, there is no one equal to Lord Krishna. I know very well that the transcendental markings on his lotus feet, which reveal him to be the supreme personality of Godhead, who is very dear to his devotees. Shodashaiva tu चिन्हानि maya drishtani tatpade. This is Brahma. Brahmaji, he is speaking in Padma Puran. He is telling, I have personally seen 16 auspicious marking on Lord Krishna's lotus feet. O best of the Vaishnavas, Lord Krishna is the original supreme personality of Godhead. Krishnakhyam tu param brahma bhuvi jatam na samshaya dvayam va atah trayam va atah चत्वर पंच चैव च दृश्यन्ते वैष्णव श्रेष्ठ अवतारे कथंचन. Lord Krishna is the original supreme personality of Godhead. Of this there is no doubt. On the lotus feet of many incarnations of the Lord, 2, 3, 4, or 5 of these auspicious signs may be present, but all 16 signs are present only on the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. So Lord Krishna's supremacy is not only accepted by the scriptures, but also by all the acharyas. And this is the first acharya, Brahmaji. Brahma, in the Brahma Samhita, this is the first verse of the Brahma Samhita. Ishwarah Paramah Krishnah Satchidananda Vigrah Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. What he is telling? Ishwarah Paramah Krishna. सारे ईश्वर में सबसे परम जो है वो है कृष्ण, और उनका जो देह है वो ऑर्डिनरी देह नहीं है. वो किससे बना है? सत चित आनंद. व्हाट इज सत्य चित आनंद? व्हाट इज सच्चित आनंद? इटर्निटी, ब्लिस एंड नॉलेज. विग्रह. अनादिर आदिर गोविंदा. ही इज द सोर्स ऑफ what, how does it translates? Anadir Adir Govinda. आप समझ जाओ, आदि सब अनादि के आदि हैं, है ना? So that is how I'm just not recollecting the exact translation. And then he's telling सर्व कारण कारणम. सारे कारणों के कारण है, उनका कोई कारण नहीं है, सारे कारणों के वह कारण है. Yes. So this is, it is called the emperor verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, which declares Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead. You see, Srimad Bhagavatam, we told That is the topmost of the Vedic scripture, the Purana. That is the topmost authority amongst all the Vedic scriptures. And there, Vyasadev, he's telling in this verse, Etachamsa kalapumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Yes, let us recite this verse quickly. 1 3 28. बोलिए. Etachamsa kalapumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrarivyakulam lokam Mridayanti yuge yuge. It says, all of the above mentioned incarnations are either plenary portions or portions of the plenary portions of the Lord, but Lord Sri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. All of them appear on planets whenever there is a disturbance created by atheists. The Lord incarnates to protect the theists. Yes. So, this is the very important verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. Apart from this is Markande's vision. This is Markande. You have heard name of Markande Rishi, a very famous Rishi. This Rishi, he had the blessing of staying for 7 kalpas. You know, after the complete annihilation of the entire universe happens, like that, he could stay for 7 times. After the entire thing is finished, still he could continue to stay. Yes. So this Markande Rishi, you are seeing, you know, he is in what waters? He's in the causal water, where the entire universe is dissolved already. Yes. Now, when he was there, you see, he sees a very beautiful sight. Is drowning in that ocean of Karana, and he sees that, you know, on a Vatapatra, on a banana leaf, sorry, banana leaf, banyan leaf. What is banyan? Yes, on a banyan leaf, you know, there's a small baby child Krishna who is sucking his own toes. This beautiful view he gets, and he's lying very happily. No tension. Arey, sab doob raha hai. No tension. Yes. So this is the site of Markande Rishi, that he was there when everything got dissolved. And this is what the great sages say. Boliye, Ahustvam Rishaya Sarve Devar Shair Naradastatha Asito Devalo Vyaso Swayam Chaiva Pravishime. This is from Bhagavad Gita. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala, Vyas confirm that you are the supreme personality of Godhead. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shankaracharya, everyone comes on, everyone. You see Shankaracharya, what he says in Gita Mahatmya, Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Gitam. You see what it means? Ekam Shastram, let there be only one scripture. What is that? Devaki Putra Gitam. Who is Devaki Putra? Krishna. Gita means Krishna's song, that is Bhagavad Gita. Eko Deva Devaki Putra Eva. Let there be only one God. Who is that? Devaki Putra. एको मंत्रस्तस्य नामानि यानी एक ही मंत्र बोलो. कौन सा? हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कर्मापि एकम तस्य देवस्य सेवा. एक ही कर्म करो. क्या? तस्य देवस्य सेवा. खाली कृष्ण की सेवा करो. सहस्र नाम नाम पुण्या नाम. बोलिए. त्रि आवृत्य तु यत्फलम् एक आवृत्य तु कृष्णस्य नाम एकम त प्रयच्छति. This is from Brahmanda Purana. It says, by uttering the single name of Krishna just once, one attains the same benefit as that gained by reciting Vishnu's 1,000 names 3 times. It means, you see, it is said one name of Krishna is equal to 3,000 names of Lord Vishnu. आप बोलिए कृष्णा. बोलिए. 3,000 नाम विष्णु के. उसके एक बराबर है। कौन सा प्रेफर करेंगे आप? नहीं नहीं सर, विष्णु ही करेंगे। तो वो आपका चॉइस है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है ना? सो दैट इज व्हाट द शास्त्रास से। सो दिस इज हाउ, you see, we saw that how Lord Krishna's birth and activities, they prove his supremacy. And Bhrigu Muni's God test, lotus feet of Lord Krishna, how is accepted by all the scriptures, the previous acharyas. That is how, Krishna, we come to somewhere a conclusion that how Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, when you compare him with Vishnu, Shiva, Brahma, everyone. So, of course, this is not the end of this session. This is just one part of the session. This session is in three parts. So, this is just we have proved about the supremacy of Krishna, but now we have to also understand, in little bit detail. See, one of the problem in India is people, you know, ठीक है, मान लो विष्णु कृष्ण भी हो गए, लेकिन लॉर्ड शिवा को और डिटेल लगता है थोड़ा, है ना? Shiva's position. And so we will have a session on exclusively on Lord Shiva, where we'll understand the position of Lord Shiva. Who is he? What is his role? Yes. And then also some other demigods, what is their position? And yes, so this is what two more sessions will be required. And then you will, have more clarity on Krishna's supremacy. Yes. So don't miss any of these, series. They are not so long sessions. They are little small sessions. Yes. So stay tuned. Hare Krishna.